Hello, I'm Uncle Milo. This is the first episode of my channel. I would like to explain what this channel is and why this channel is. My friend Ray and I are storytellers. Well, Ray is a storyteller. I can read stories. And that's what this is. This channel is a series of YouTube episodes with stories that I read to you. When I was a child myself, my father read stories at the dinner table every evening. We heard many interesting tales while we ate. When I had my children, and my wife and I have had a lot of them, I also read stories to them at the dinner table. Now my children are growing up, so I am now reading stories for my nieces and nephews. Through this medium, I can now share reading stories easily and permanently. I will always be thinking of my children, my nieces, my nephews, when I am talking. I am reading to you. What I read here are stories that are delightful, classic, exciting, interesting, and adventurous. These stories are meant for children as well as older people. In the true tradition of wholesome entertainment, you can always be certain of a good story. Most of these stories are short. Some will take more than one episode to listen to. They take more than one episode, they are numbered in order. My mission is to give you a thoroughly enjoyable tale. I've practiced story reading and I like to do the voices for all the characters. If you look up the original sources, you can read along with me, or you can just listen. I cannot read stories that are protected by copyright. Therefore, there are some stories that I would love to read, but out of deference to the law, I must refrain. So I have found many stories that are out of copyright that I think are interesting and will fascinate you. Some of these older stories will transport you into the world of long ago. The times that they tell about are farther away than the most distant planets, yet they come back to life when I read. Lamplighters, woodcutters, blacksmiths, cobblers, occupations which have long disappeared appear again. As well, my friend Ray and I write our own stories. We write mostly science fiction, stories of flying saucers and time machines, other dimensions and other worlds, strange monsters, and weird physics. We will mix in our own interesting tales along with the older works. We can do that because we own the copyrights to our own stuff. This way, you will hear unusual and fresh stories along with old classics. Storytelling is not only an art and a communication medium, it also has a moral and a teaching component. Ray and I are born-again Christians. Our faith guides our actions and choices in bringing you these stories. We believe firmly that stories should be uplifting, interesting, moral, real, perhaps silly, and always something that a child can listen to. We answer to a higher authority, and therefore our standards are the highest. I will wear many hats when I read these stories. Other than that, you will have to use your imagination to see what I am reading. I think you will do just fine. So sit back by your computer, take some time, just a little, maybe 10 minutes, and listen to a story. Your Uncle Milo will read to you. Have a good listen.